Ever wondered how to maintain an electrical distribution board? This device, often overlooked, plays a pivotal role in managing the electrical systems in our homes. Acting as the primary hub for incoming power, the electrical distribution board distributes electricity to various circuits. Imagine it as the heart of your home's electrical system, pumping life into every corner, fueling everything from your refrigerator to your home office. But just like any other essential component, it needs regular checkups and maintenance. Neglecting the upkeep of your distribution board can have severe consequences. Power outages, electrical fires, and even damage to your appliances are potential risks. The financial burden and safety hazards these issues pose are not something to take lightly, so understanding and maintaining your board can save you a lot of trouble. It's not as daunting as it sounds. In fact, with a bit of knowledge and the right tools, it can be a straightforward task. Let's dive into how. Before we start, safety first. When it comes to dealing with electricity, there's no room for error or carelessness. It's crucial to follow a few safety measures before you dive into any maintenance work on your electrical distribution board. First and foremost, ensure that the main power supply is turned off. This is the cardinal rule of electrical safety. You might think it's obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people overlook this crucial step. Cutting the power supply is your first line of defense against electrical shocks. Next on the list is protective gear. Always wear rubber gloves and shoes when working with electricity. Rubber is a great insulator, meaning it doesn't conduct electricity, which is exactly what you need when you're handling electrical components. Now let's talk about your work area. Make sure it's dry. Water is a conductor of electricity, and even a small amount can create a hazardous situation. So if there's any liquid or moisture around the area where you'll be working, clean it up first. Also, don't work on your electrical distribution board in low light conditions. Proper lighting is essential to clearly see what you're doing and to avoid any missteps. If you're not confident about doing the maintenance yourself, don't hesitate to call in a professional. There's no shame in seeking help. In fact, it's the smart thing to do if you're unsure. Lastly, have a fire extinguisher nearby. It's a safety measure we hope you'll never need, but it's better to be prepared. Electrical work can sometimes lead to sparks, and in the worst-case scenario, those sparks could start a fire. These precautions might seem like a lot, but they are all necessary. When dealing with electricity, you need to anticipate any potential hazards and take steps to prevent them. It's better to spend a little time on safety now than to face serious consequences later. Remember, safety cannot be overstated when dealing with electricity. It's not just about getting the job done, it's about getting the job done safely. The first step is a visual inspection. This is a simple yet crucial step in maintaining your electrical distribution board. It's like being a detective, looking for clues that might indicate a problem. Start by examining the overall condition of the board. Look for any signs of physical damage such as cracks or chips, as these could potentially compromise the board's functioning. Next, look for signs of overheating. This could be discoloration, burn marks, or a smell of something burnt. Overheating is often a sign of overloading or a faulty component, and it's something that needs to be addressed promptly to prevent further damage. Wear and tear is another thing to watch for. This could manifest as frayed wires, loose connections, or worn-out components. Remember, electrical distribution boards don't last forever, and parts will need to be replaced over time. Now you might be wondering, how often should you do a visual inspection? Well, there's no one-size-fits-all answer to that. It depends on several factors, including the age of your board, how much use it gets, and the environment it's in. But as a general rule of thumb, it's a good idea to do a visual inspection at least once a year. Remember, regular visual inspections are your first line of defense in maintaining your electrical distribution board. They're a simple yet effective way to catch potential problems early on before they escalate into bigger issues. A keen eye can prevent many potential problems. Next, you want to give your board a good cleaning. This might seem like a trivial step, but it's crucial. Over time, dust and grime can accumulate in your electrical distribution board. If left unchecked, these particles can interfere with the board's functionality and potentially lead to serious issues. Now, to clean your board, you'll need a soft brush and a vacuum cleaner. The soft brush is perfect for gently removing dust and dirt from the surface of the board and its components. Remember to be gentle and avoid brushing too hard, as this could damage the board's delicate components. Once you've brushed away the loose dirt, it's time to bring in the vacuum cleaner. Use it to suck up the dust and debris you've just loosened with the brush. You'll want to use a vacuum with a small nozzle to get into all those hard-to-reach places. Now, it's important to note that you should never use any wet or damp materials to clean your board. Water and electricity don't mix, and introducing moisture to your board could lead to dangerous electrical shorts or even fires. So keep it dry, use the right tools, and take your time. A thorough cleaning can go a long way in maintaining the health and longevity of your electrical distribution board. Remember, a clean board is a happy board. Now we move on to checking the wiring and components. This is an essential step in maintaining your electrical distribution board and ensuring its optimal functioning. But remember, safety first. Always ensure that the power is off before you begin this process. Let's start with the wiring. You're looking for any signs of damage. This could be anything from frayed wires, discoloration due to heat damage, or even signs of corrosion. If you see anything that resembles these descriptions, it's a sign that your wiring may need some attention. Damaged wires can lead to electrical fires, so it's crucial to replace or repair them as soon as possible. Next, we need to check for loose connections. A loose connection can cause a circuit to fail, or worse, it can create a spark that could lead to an electrical fire. You can check for loose connections by gently tugging on each wire. If a wire slips out easily, it's a sign that the connection is not secure. In this case, you'll need to tighten the connection using the appropriate tool. Now let's turn our attention to the components. The components of your electrical distribution board include items like circuit breakers, fuses, and switches. Check for any signs of damage or wear and tear. For example, a circuit breaker might have a crack, or a switch might not toggle as smoothly as it should. These could be indications that the component needs to be replaced. Remember, an electrical distribution board is like the heart of your home's electrical system. Just as a healthy heart is vital for a healthy body, a well-maintained electrical distribution board is crucial for a safe and efficient electrical system. So take some time to thoroughly check the wiring and components of your electrical distribution board. This is not a step to be skipped or rushed. It's all about prevention here, and a little bit of time spent now could save you a lot of time and money down the line. Properly connected and functioning components are key for a smoothly running electrical system. So, we've covered the basics of maintaining your electrical distribution board. It's not as daunting as it initially seems, right? Let's quickly go over the steps we've covered. First, we talked about safety precautions. Always remember to turn off the main power before starting any work and use proper safety equipment. Safety is paramount when dealing with electricity. Next, we did a visual inspection of the board. We looked for any obvious signs of damage or wear and tear. Remember, a visual inspection is a great way to catch any potential issues before they become bigger problems. After our inspection, we moved on to cleaning the board. Using a soft brush and a vacuum cleaner, we gently removed any dust or debris that could interfere with the electrical components. It's a simple step, but it can make a big difference in the long run. Then, we checked the wiring and components. Here, we were looking for any loose wires or damaged components that could cause a power outage or even a fire. It's crucial to make sure everything is in good working order. Now we've covered a lot of ground in this video, but it's important to remember that regular maintenance is key. It's a good idea to carry out these steps every few months, or more often if your board sees heavy use. But sometimes, despite our best efforts, we might come across something we're not sure about. Maybe a wire doesn't look quite right, or a component seems to be malfunctioning. In these cases, it's always best to call a professional for help. They have the expertise to diagnose and fix any issues safely and effectively. Remember, regular maintenance not only keeps your electrical system running smoothly, but it can also prevent potential hazards. Stay safe and keep your board clean and checked.